Have you ever wondered how the small African nation of Djibouti evolved politically over the centuries? The story of Djibouti's political landscape is a rich tapestry woven with threads of diverse cultures, colonial influences, and the relentless pursuit of autonomy. Let's journey back in time to the era of the Afar Sultans, a period that played a significant role in shaping Djibouti's political identity. Situated in the Horn of Africa, Djibouti's strategic location made it a melting pot of cultures from the surrounding regions. The Afar and Somali communities in particular held considerable sway in the early political landscape of Djibouti. The Afar Sultans, whose rule extended over wide territories, wielded substantial political clout. Their governance was marked by a complex system of alliances, vassal states, and power dynamics, all underpinned by a strong sense of community identity. The influence of the Afar and Somali communities was not just restricted to political governance. They left an indelible mark on the cultural fabric of Djibouti, shaping its norms, traditions, and societal structures. These communities, with their unique customs, languages, and social structures, contributed to the rich diversity that characterizes Djibouti today. The rule of the Afar Sultans was not an isolated period of influence. Instead, it was a dynamic process where the political landscape continually evolved and adapted to the changing times. This period laid the groundwork for the subsequent political developments in Djibouti, including the advent of colonialism and the struggle for independence. The political history of Djibouti is not just a chronicle of rulers and regimes. It is a testament to the resilience of its people and their ability to shape their destiny amidst the shifting sands of time. The political landscape of Djibouti as we know it today is deeply rooted in its past, drawing from the wisdom of its ancient communities and their experiences. As we delve into the past, we find that the seeds of Djibouti's modern political identity were sown during the reign of the Afar Sultans. The Afar Sultans were not the only ones who left their mark on Djibouti's political landscape. Enter the French. In the late 19th century, the French established their presence in the region, marking the beginning of a new era of colonial rule. This period, known as French Somaliland, saw the French influence seeping deep into Djibouti's political, social, and economic structures. The French, with their classic colonial playbook, began to restructure the political landscape. They introduced a new system of governance, replacing the traditional sultanates with a model that centralized power in the hands of French officials. This shift drastically altered the dynamics of power, disrupting the age-old systems and norms that had governed the land. On the social front, the French brought in their language, culture, and education system. They established schools and institutions, spreading the French language and Western ideas. This cultural infusion had a profound impact on Djibouti's society, creating a unique blend of local traditions and French influences that can still be seen today. Economically, the French capitalized on Djibouti's strategic location near bustling shipping lanes. They transformed the region into a key refueling and transshipment center, boosting trade and commerce. Djibouti flourished as a commercial hub, attracting foreign investments and fostering economic growth. However, it wasn't all roses. The French rule, like any other colonial regime, had its share of controversies and criticisms. It was marked by periods of resistance and conflict, as the local Afar and Somali communities grappled with the changes and fought to preserve their traditions and autonomy. Despite these challenges, the French rule undeniably shaped Djibouti's political and social landscape. It brought about significant changes, some of which remain evident even today. The French language is still widely spoken, and the country's legal and administrative systems bear the traces of French influence. French colonialism brought about significant changes in Djibouti, setting the stage for the next chapter in its political evolution. In the wake of colonial rule, nations often grapple with their identity and seek to carve out their own path. Djibouti was no exception. As the sun began to set on French colonialism in the mid-20th century, the people of Djibouti, like many African nations, began to yearn for self-rule. The seeds of independence were sown in the hearts of the Afar and Somali communities, who made up the majority of Djibouti's population. The struggle for autonomy was not an easy one. It required the unity of diverse ethnic groups, each with their own distinct cultures and traditions. Yet they were bound by a shared goal: a sovereign Djibouti. In the face of adversity, leaders emerged from these communities, becoming the torchbearers of the independence movement. One such figure was Hassan Guled Abtidan, a Somali statesman who would later become Djibouti's first president. Abdon, along with other key figures, led the charge against the French rule, advocating for a free and independent Djibouti. Their efforts, however, were met with resistance from the French authorities, leading to escalating tensions and sporadic outbreaks of violence. Yet, the spirit of independence was relentless. The call for autonomy echoed louder, reaching the international stage. By the mid-70s, the winds of change began to blow in Djibouti's favor. In a referendum held in 1977, an overwhelming majority of Djiboutians voted for independence, marking a decisive victory in their fight for self-determination. On June 27, 1977, Djibouti finally achieved its long-awaited independence, severing its colonial ties with France. It was a historic moment, a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. The former French territory of the Afars and the Issas was reborn as the Republic of Djibouti, with Hassan Ould Abdon as its first president. Djibouti's fight for independence was a pivotal moment in its political history, shaping the nation we know today. With independence, Djibouti embarked on a new journey, navigating the complex waters of self-governance and nation-building. This small but strategically significant nation on the Horn of Africa had to chart its course through a myriad of internal and external challenges. After gaining independence in 1977, Djibouti adopted a one-party system under the People's Rally for Progress. This was led by Hassan Ould Abdon, who served as the country's first president. His rule, which lasted until 1999, was characterized by a focus on national unity and stability, even amidst regional instability. However, this era was not without its challenges. The Afar and Somali communities, two dominant ethnic groups in Djibouti, experienced tensions, leading to a civil war in the 1990s. The conflict ended in 2000 with a power-sharing agreement that aimed to ensure representation of both communities in the government. In the new millennium, Djibouti began to open up its political landscape. The country held its first multi-party parliamentary elections in 2003, marking a significant milestone in its journey towards democratization. Since then, Djibouti has continued to evolve politically, balancing traditional values with modern governance. The current president, Ismail Omar Guelleh, who came into power in 1999, has been instrumental in fostering economic development and international partnerships, particularly with countries like the United States and China, who maintain military bases in Djibouti. Yet, the nation still grapples with issues such as limited political pluralism and concerns over human rights. Despite these challenges, Djibouti remains committed to progress and stability, a testament to the resilience of its people. As we look at Djibouti today, we see a nation that has navigated its way through history, from ancient sultanates to French colonial rule, to independence and beyond. The journey of Djibouti from an ancient sultanate to a modern independent nation is a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. We've journeyed through centuries of political evolution in Djibouti, from the time of the Afar Sultans through French colonial rule to the struggle for independence and beyond. We've traced the footsteps of Djibouti's early inhabitants, the Afar and Somali communities, and their significant impact on the region's political landscape. We've examined how these societies, with their unique cultures and traditions, shaped the foundations of what would become the modern state of Djibouti. We've delved into the era of French colonial rule, which began in the late 19th century. We've seen how it shaped Djibouti's political and social structures, introducing new systems of governance and leaving a lasting imprint on the nation's identity. From there, we explored the fight for autonomy, the struggle of Djibouti's people to reclaim their sovereignty and establish an independent nation. We've seen how this fight culminated in the year 1977, when Djibouti finally gained its independence and joined the United Nations. And finally, we took a look at the modern political landscape of Djibouti. We've seen how the country, despite its small size and strategic location, has managed to carve out a unique role in the global stage, serving as a key refueling and transshipment center and hosting foreign military bases. Through this journey, we've seen the resilience and determination of Djibouti's people, their ability to adapt and thrive amidst changing political landscapes, and their continuous efforts to shape their own destiny. If you found this journey through Djibouti's political history enlightening, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others. Knowledge is power, and together we can learn more about the world we live in.